Why, hello. It's Jeremy Vaeni. I am as tired as I look. But I wanted to get this over with. I wanted to do this one little bit of recording while I had the place to myself on my new laptop. Look, everyone, my living room. How appropriate. Don't worry about any of this. None of this. Would you really expect anything less in my living room? Anyway, not the point. The point is, I want to go to bed. And before I do that, I'm going to say the following words, which are about some things that I've been hearing people say that I've heard before that make me cringe, and then I had a little epiphany. What things, you ask? Well, things like, life is about happiness and being happy. Gotta find your joy. And or, prior to being born, you plot out your life, and you pick your parents and all the plot points along the way, and blah, blah, blah. By the same people who say that life is a learning lesson. How can life be a learning lesson if you planned it all out? Well, as a roommate told me, that's where free will comes in, right? So you've got these plot points along the way, but you can deviate from them, and that becomes the learning curve. Except I don't know if you've noticed, but at any point in your life when you feel as though you're in the groove, to go out of the groove, which would be the learning point, right, the fork in the road, actually feels pretty shitty. So, I don't know. But anyway, my point is, if life is about happiness and being happy, how's that working out, Earth? This seems like something that rich white people can afford to say. As does the whole, we've got reality worked out. This is what happens. You plan it out before you're born, and you pick your parents and the time you die, and so it's okay. All of that noise. Let's assume it's true. Let's say that's true. That indigenous people or white shamany people have somehow contacted spirits from the spirit world who have told them this. Okay, coming close, because here comes the insight. And this is going to be the most heretical thing I'll say. How's that going? Well, anyway. So if through the ages spirits have actually said this in one form or another from the spirit world to people traveling there, or however that works, why do we trust them? Spirits are, after all, dead us's, right? So I feel like maybe if we just look at this from a practical level, if we die and there's some sort of afterlife, why do we assume that we know everything in that afterlife? Because it's more fluid? Because we assume it's more dreamlike? What? You die back into the oneness thing, but somehow retain your self-sense while osmoting all of the information available in all universes? I just don't think it works that way. I guess what I'm saying is this. My I am experience, my takeaway from that, or what the big sort of important takeaway from that, is that you've got wholeness, and then you've got infinite senses of separation, infinite partialities. So if you die and you haven't woken up to that wholeness, if you don't go into the afterlife whole, what makes you think that you become whole just because you physically died if there is an afterlife? And so I submit to you that this whole thing about we reincarnate, we pick our paths and we reincarnate life after life, that if that's true, if that is what happens, that doesn't mean that's what should be happening. That's actually living the failure of not waking up life after life. You see what I'm saying? So I just when I see these white men and women who are really into the medicine man thing, the shaman thing, and all of that, and co-opting indigenous stuff, I think they're paying attention to the wrong things, or like they're workshopping the wrong things. Because again, even assuming that that's true, that's not the thing that you focus on. And I would think that perhaps an indigenous person, an actual shaman, an actual medicine person. I shouldn't even say medicine people, because maybe it's just shaman. This is my own ignorance coming out. But perhaps they have a better handle on it because this is the world that they live in, and not the world that they vacation in, and then withdraw something to sell to people. Because I don't see indigenous people saying that life is about being happy and finding your joy and all of that. Which, not that these are bad things to do in life, but is that the overall meaning of life? Is that the purpose? If it is, what the fuck, world? Let's get to it. It doesn't seem to be that is the mission here. And if we reincarnate and pick our life and our parents and the time we die and all of that stuff, if that is true, that's because we've failed. And the people who have failed, who are spirits, don't know that, because all they can see is what they can see, just like you and me. All you can know is what you know, which is, oh yeah, you pick your life, and then isn't that great? Well, no, that isn't great. So I guess the lesson there is that everything is as it should be, right? Everything is just fine. It's as it should be. Well, no, because you still missed the big fucking lesson, which is wake up! And with that, I go to bed. Sweet dreams. Oh, and Happy New Year, or whatever.